Hello, everyone. Uh, We're diving into a conversation about a common myth that many of us have been fed all our lives, the myth that opportunity is something we wait for, that it's a door someone else opens for us. We're told to wait, to be patient, that when the time is right, our chance will come. And yes, timing is part of the equation. But here's the truth: opportunity rarely arrives as a neatly wrapped package. Most of the time, it's messy, unexpected, and sometimes it's not even visible until we start building it ourselves. When we think of opportunity as something external, something given to us by someone else, we give away our power. We start playing small, afraid to rock the boat, afraid to be seen, or worse, afraid to fail. We sit back, thinking that if we're good enough, if we're deserving enough, eventually that door will open. But here's the problem: what happens if it never does? What happens if we spend so long waiting that we forget how to create? Creating opportunity is about showing up. It's about putting yourself in spaces you never imagined you'd be. It's about risking failure, about saying yes even when you're scared, about being brave enough to step into something new without a guarantee of success. Creating opportunity means pushing past the limits of your comfort zone, facing rejection, and still finding the strength to try again. And it's not always glamorous. Sometimes creating opportunity looks like a lot of trial and error, a lot of late nights, a lot of moments where you're wondering if any of this will even work. But it's in those moments that we grow, we learn. We sharpen our skills. We begin to see that we're capable of more than we realized. We also have to recognize that creating opportunity isn't just for ourselves. When we have the courage to carve out new paths, we're creating a way forward for others. By breaking barriers, by building new roads, by putting in the hard work, we're making it easier for those who come after us to see what's possible. We become living examples of resilience, innovation, and strength. Let's stop waiting for opportunity and start creating it. Let's ask the questions that haven't been asked. Let's push the limits of our potential. And let's be relentless in our pursuit of the lives we want to lead. When we stop waiting and start creating, we're not just opening doors, we're building them. Opportunity is often seen as a gift, something external that arrives when we least expect it, wrapped in a neat bow and waiting to be unwrapped. We're encouraged to be patient, to hold tight, and to stay ready so that when opportunity knocks, we'll be prepared. But the truth is, if we view opportunity as something that just happens to us, we're limiting our power to influence our own lives. We're handing over control to circumstances, to other people's decisions, and to situations that may never fully align with our aspirations. Relying on others to grant us opportunities is like standing at a closed door with no guarantee it'll open. It can lead to years of waiting and hoping without actively moving forward. When we think about opportunity as something we must actively create, it shifts the way we approach life, work, and personal goals. No longer are we passive spectators, waiting for the perfect moment or hoping for a lucky break. Instead, we become active participants in crafting our own path, taking ownership over our actions, decisions, and mindset. We don't have to wait for someone else to recognize our potential or invite us to the table. We build our own tables, create our own stages, and recognize our own worth along the way. This approach is empowering because it reminds us that while we can't control everything, we can control our own efforts, and that alone can be transformative. Building opportunity often means taking the initiative, even if we're not entirely sure where it will lead. It means setting out on a path that might feel uncertain and intimidating, but that ultimately moves us closer to our goals. Instead of waiting for a job offer, we might start by creating something on our own, writing, designing, leading a project, or launching a small venture. These steps not only get us closer to our aspirations, but they also help us develop new skills, build resilience, and create a body of work that reflects our capabilities. Over time, these self-made opportunities build a sense of confidence and prove that we don't need to rely on external validation to start moving forward. Relying on others for opportunity can also lead to missed chances. When we wait for others to open doors, we're at the mercy of their timelines, priorities, and biases. If we're always waiting, we risk staying in the background, overlooked and underutilized, rather than actively showcasing our abilities and interests. When we decide to create opportunity, we're not just waiting for circumstances to align. We're positioning ourselves in ways that allow us to grow, learn, and adapt in real time. Creating opportunity also means thinking about possibilities that haven't been presented to us. It involves envisioning paths that may not be immediately visible or widely accepted. Sometimes it means choosing the road less traveled and trusting that even if we don't have every answer yet, we're capable of finding solutions along the way. The journey might be tougher and more unpredictable, but the result is a life shaped by intentional decisions rather than happenstance. In choosing to create rather than wait, we unlock possibilities that we might have never seen otherwise, reminding ourselves that we are the authors of our own stories. Creating opportunities often requires us to step outside of our comfort zones and embrace risks that might seem intimidating or unfamiliar. It's not about waiting for the perfect moment when everything feels safe and clear. It's about taking bold action, even when the outcome is uncertain. This willingness to take risks is essential for growth. Yet it's also one of the scariest aspects of creating our own path. Often we have a deep-rooted fear of failure, of judgment, or of venturing into the unknown without any guarantees. But it's precisely this courage to face the unknown that paves the way for remarkable opportunities we wouldn't find if we only stayed in our comfort zones. Risk-taking is not about being reckless. It's about understanding that in order to grow, we have to put ourselves in situations where we might not have all the answers. This could mean starting a new project, applying for a job we think is out of reach, pitching an idea to a room full of people who may or may not agree, or speaking up in ways that make us feel vulnerable. Each of these situations carries the possibility of failure or rejection. But without these steps, the chance to achieve something meaningful often remains just that, a distant possibility. When we take these risks, we're signaling to ourselves and the world that we believe in our potential, even when there's a chance things might not work out as planned. There's a unique kind of growth that happens when we embrace this kind of courage. By stepping into situations where we're unsure or uncomfortable, we learn new skills, gain insights, and develop resilience. Risk-taking isn't just about the external result, whether we get the job, land the contract, or hit the mark. It's about the internal process of learning to navigate challenges and building confidence in our ability to adapt. Even when the outcome isn't what we hoped for, we come away stronger with lessons that make us more capable for the next opportunity we create. Taking risks allows us to stand out. In a world where many people are hesitant to step forward, those who dare to take action are often the ones who are seen, heard, and remembered. By taking risks, we show others that we're not waiting to be chosen, but are actively choosing ourselves and our ambitions. This boldness has a way of attracting attention and respect. Even when things don't go perfectly, people often respond to the energy and determination that come with bold action. Sometimes the act of putting ourselves out there is enough to open doors we didn't even know existed. It's also worth recognizing that the risks we take to create opportunities don't just impact us, they inspire others. When people see us take bold steps, they may feel empowered to do the same. The courage to act, despite fear, can have a ripple effect, encouraging those around us to pursue their own goals more bravely. By risking vulnerability, by daring to try, and by facing the uncertainty of outcomes, we don't just create opportunities for ourselves, we become examples that encourage others to imagine new possibilities for their lives too. Creating opportunities is rarely a linear path of success after success. Often it's a journey marked by setbacks, challenges, and moments that feel anything but rewarding. When we step into the unknown to build something meaningful, we open ourselves up to trial and error, and we quickly discover that the road to opportunity can be unpredictable and tough. These challenges, though, are the very experiences that build resilience, a quality essential for anyone looking to make their mark and create lasting opportunities in their life. When we set out to create our own opportunities, setbacks are almost inevitable. We may encounter rejection, unexpected roadblocks, or face moments where things just don't go according to plan. Maybe we launch a project that doesn't gain traction, present an idea that isn't well received, or pursue a career shift that feels overwhelming at first. Each of these moments has the potential to discourage us, to make us feel like giving up is the easier choice. But when we stick with it, these experiences are what teach us how to adapt, how to rethink our approach, and ultimately how to become stronger in the face of future obstacles. The challenges that come with creating opportunities are as valuable as the successes we achieve. Each time we stumble, we're given a chance to learn something new about the work we're doing, the field we're in, or even about ourselves. We begin to see which of our approaches work and which need adjusting. We discover the power of persistence and the importance of flexibility. Instead of seeing each setback as a failure, we start to view it as a stepping stone, a necessary part of the process that brings us closer to our goals. This shift in perspective can make all the difference, transforming moments of frustration into opportunities for growth. Building resilience through these experiences is not just about facing external challenges, it's also about managing the internal dialogue that comes with them. Self-doubt, fear, and discouragement often accompany setbacks, and they can be just as difficult to overcome as any practical challenge. Learning to recognize and quiet these inner voices takes time, but it's an essential part of creating opportunities. By pushing through these moments of doubt, by choosing to keep going even when our confidence is shaky, we build a deeper, more grounded belief in ourselves. This inner strength becomes a powerful foundation for future pursuits. One of the greatest gifts of resilience is that it helps us to keep our eyes on the bigger picture, even when the day-to-day doesn't always look like progress. We begin to trust that, while setbacks are a part of the journey, they don't define it. This perspective helps us to keep moving forward, even in the face of difficulties, and it gives us the ability to recover quickly, recalibrate, and refocus on what's ahead. As we keep going, each small victory and lesson learned reinforces our confidence and commitment. This resilience also becomes part of our character. It shows others, whether friends, colleagues, or potential collaborators, that we're serious, dedicated, and capable of weathering challenges. And it's often this reputation for resilience that attracts new opportunities, as people see that we're not easily shaken, that we're committed, and that we're willing to put in the work. In this way, the resilience we build through setbacks doesn't just help us in our own journey, it becomes a part of our story that opens doors and inspires others who are looking for a model of what's possible. When we commit to creating our own opportunities, a powerful transformation begins. We start learning through direct experience rather than relying on hypothetical scenarios or waiting for someone else to show us the way. Each action we take becomes a lesson in itself, shaping our skills, perspective, and confidence. This hands-on approach is invaluable, as the learning that comes from actively building something is often deeper and more enduring than anything that can be taught in a classroom or read in a book. By diving in and trying, we discover our strengths, address our weaknesses, and gain insights that can only come from doing. One of the key benefits of learning through experience is that it allows us to refine our understanding of what works and what doesn't. We learn to think critically, to assess outcomes, and to make adjustments along the way. For example, imagine someone trying to launch a small business. They may start with a clear vision and a detailed plan, but as they go along, they quickly realize that some strategies work better than others. Perhaps a marketing approach they thought would be effective doesn't resonate with their audience, or a product feature needs to be adapted based on customer feedback. These insights gained through real-world experience are invaluable. They allow us to make data-driven adjustments, to innovate, and to pivot as needed, skills that are crucial in any field. This experiential learning also builds a sense of confidence that can't be replicated through theory alone. Each time we try something new, we're putting ourselves in a position to grow, even if the outcome isn't perfect. We get comfortable with the process of iteration, knowing that progress is often made in small steps rather than giant leaps. Over time, this practice builds a solid foundation of confidence in our abilities, not because we've read about them or been told we have them, but because we've seen them in action. We know what we're capable of because we've done it before, even if the results weren't flawless. Learning through experience helps us cultivate resilience and adaptability. In today's rapidly changing world, the ability to pivot and respond to new challenges is essential. When we're in the thick of creating something ourselves, we're constantly facing new situations, unexpected obstacles, and shifting conditions. These experiences teach us how to adapt on the fly, how to find creative solutions under pressure, and how to stay grounded in uncertain situations. This adaptability becomes part of our skill set, equipping us to handle future challenges with confidence and composure. Another important aspect of learning through experience is the deeper understanding we gain of our own strengths and values. As we work on creating our own opportunities, we're likely to encounter moments that test our patience, commitment, and creativity. In facing these challenges, we begin to see where our natural talents lie and where we might want to focus our efforts for growth. Perhaps we discover that we're excellent at networking and building relationships, or that we have a knack for problem solving. These realizations help us to play to our strengths in future endeavors, making us more effective and intentional in how we approach our work. Learning through experience often involves facing failures and setbacks, which can be difficult but incredibly valuable. Each time we encounter a roadblock, we have the chance to assess, adapt, and try again. This process of learning from mistakes deepens our resilience and makes us less afraid to take risks in the future. Instead of seeing failure as something to avoid, we start to view it as a natural and necessary part of the learning process, a stepping stone on the path to success. In embracing the learning that comes from real experience, we develop a well-rounded, practical skill set and a mindset that is equipped for long-term success. We build confidence, adaptability, and self-awareness, all of which serve as a foundation for creating future opportunities and for handling challenges with greater ease and insight. Creating opportunities for ourselves isn't just a personal journey, it also has the power to impact and inspire those around us. When we choose to pave our own path, we are often doing more than opening doors for ourselves. We're showing others what's possible, modeling courage, and making it easier for others to envision new paths. This ripple effect extends beyond our individual actions, creating a more inclusive environment where others can feel empowered to pursue their own goals and dreams, often in ways they hadn't previously considered. One of the most powerful effects of paving the way is that it normalizes the pursuit of non-traditional or bold goals. When people see someone willing to step out of line, to question the status quo, or to make unconventional career moves, they are often inspired to reevaluate their own options. It's like a permission slip to explore paths they might not have felt were accessible before. For example, someone leaving a stable job to start a new business or take on a creative endeavor can influence others who may have felt limited by societal expectations or personal doubts. Seeing someone else take that leap can make their own ambitions seem more achievable, showing them that it's okay to take risks and to carve out a space that feels authentic. Creating opportunities for ourselves can open doors for others by laying a foundation or structure that they can build on. Imagine a person who is the first in their community to enter a new industry, achieve a particular career milestone, or lead an initiative that didn't exist before. Their success becomes an example, proving that this path is possible and creating a framework that others can follow. They may create programs, share resources, or start mentorship initiatives that make it easier for others to join them in this new space. By being a trailblazer, they make it easier for the next person to envision themselves in similar roles, reducing the obstacles for those who come after. There's also a community building aspect that happens when people see others paving their own way. People who are inspired by someone else's courage often reach out to learn more, to ask questions, or to seek advice. In doing so, a network of like-minded individuals begins to form. These connections can be powerful sources of encouragement, collaboration, and shared learning. When we create opportunities and openly share our journey, we foster a supportive environment where others feel less alone in their pursuits, building a sense of community that strengthens everyone involved. Choosing to create opportunity for ourselves often invites others to join us in the pursuit of a shared vision. When someone starts a new venture or pushes boundaries in their field, it can attract people who resonate with that same drive, creating a culture of innovation and inclusivity. For instance, a person launching a social enterprise or championing a cause they care deeply about often inspires others to contribute, participate, or even start similar projects. This collective momentum has a way of creating lasting change, as the initial risk-takers' actions amplify through the contributions and enthusiasm of those who are inspired by their vision. The act of paving our own way has the potential to create a legacy. As we create new opportunities, we're not only shaping our own lives, but also setting a precedent for future generations. Others may come to view the path we've forged as a possibility for themselves, recognizing that success doesn't have to look the same for everyone. This legacy can encourage more people to break barriers, challenge norms, and pursue opportunities that align with their unique strengths and passions. Through the courage to create our own opportunities, we become catalysts for change. We give others the courage to dream bigger, to break out of conventional molds, and to take ownership of their own paths. By showing what's possible, we create a world where more people feel empowered to reach for their potential, ultimately fostering a culture of shared growth and innovation. Taking action to create opportunities for ourselves is an empowering process that transforms us from passive spectators into active builders of our own lives. Instead of waiting for the right conditions, the right time, or someone else's approval, we're taking control of our destiny, making intentional choices to shape our path. This approach isn't just about seeking external achievements, it's about claiming our personal power and realizing that we have a say in the direction of our lives. By choosing to act, we turn intentions into reality and dreams into actionable steps, ultimately gaining a sense of empowerment that can only come from self-determined progress. When we decide to take ownership and act, we stop waiting for external validation to confirm our abilities or ambitions. We're no longer relying on others to recognize our worth or waiting for someone to hand us a chance. This shift in perspective is significant. It frees us from a cycle of uncertainty and opens us up to a mindset focused on growth and opportunity. By moving forward on our own terms, we're telling ourselves that we are enough as we are, with the capabilities and creativity to start building what we envision. This belief becomes a powerful motivator, propelling us forward even when challenges arise. Creating our own opportunities also gives us the freedom to pursue paths that feel authentic to us, rather than following predefined roles or waiting for options that may not align with our values and aspirations. By choosing to create, we make room for our unique interests, talents, and visions to come to life. This act of carving out space for our individual pursuits is empowering because it allows us to define success on our own terms. Rather than being bound by external expectations, we create our own benchmarks, giving us a sense of purpose and fulfillment that might be hard to find if we were only following someone else's path. Creating our own opportunities fosters a sense of resilience and adaptability. When we are in the driver's seat, we naturally develop the ability to navigate unexpected situations, adjust our strategies, and find solutions when obstacles arise. This adaptability is key in a world where change is constant. Knowing that we can rely on ourselves to move forward builds confidence and reduces the fear of uncertainty, helping us to tackle challenges with greater assurance. Instead of feeling paralyzed by the unknown, we become proactive problem solvers, ready to face whatever comes our way. This process of creating opportunities also cultivates a deep sense of self-trust. As we take action and see our efforts gradually unfold into results, we reinforce our belief in our capabilities. Each small success, each milestone achieved, becomes evidence that we are capable of bringing our ideas to life. Over time, this builds an inner confidence that can't be easily shaken, allowing us to approach future challenges with the knowledge that we've done hard things before and can do them again. By choosing to act and create, we invite growth into our lives in a way that waiting alone simply cannot provide. Each step we take, each risk we embrace, brings us closer to a version of ourselves that is more skilled, more resilient, and more empowered. The process itself becomes a journey of self-discovery, teaching us about our strengths, limitations, and what truly matters to us. This ongoing growth fuels our ability to take on new challenges, to dream bigger, and to continue expanding the boundaries of what we thought was possible for ourselves. Through the act of creating our own opportunities, we ultimately realize that we have the power to shape our lives. It's a realization that can be deeply transformative, altering the way we see ourselves and our place in the world. By taking action and owning our path, we become builders, authors, and leaders in our own stories, no longer waiting for life to happen, but actively making it happen, one decision at a time. This empowerment, rooted in self-directed action, becomes the foundation for a life marked by purpose, growth, and fulfillment. Creating our own opportunities is about taking ownership of our lives, embracing the courage to act, and understanding that we have the power to shape our future. It's about refusing to wait for the perfect conditions or for someone else's permission to start. And through resilience, risk-taking, and a willingness to learn, we grow stronger and more capable. As we carve our own paths, we not only empower ourselves but also pave the way for others, showing them what's possible. By stepping forward, building our own doors, and seizing our dreams, we don't just create opportunities, we create a life that reflects our values, vision, and potential. So let's embrace the journey with confidence, trusting that each step we take brings us closer to the life we're meant to lead. Thank you.